lawfare. Lawfare on him simply means they will use everything. It's like throwing everything at him, waiting for which of them is going to actually really, stick. You get. So while that was still ongoing, another one, Kemi Badenoch, a young man that became SAN at the age of 36, using the same corrupt system. He actually hold his legal whatever SAN to Afe sued Dele Farotimi for. They should stop the production of this book. They must stop the sale of this book. They also invited the police, the DSS. They went to court to, listen, for a book to be banned, that simply means they must have found the content inside it injurious, lies, defamatory. That means there must be a case before you can now say, you see this book banned by a court. Dele Farotimi was not in court. But yes, the corrupt judiciary in Nigeria gave a judgment. The person, the publisher, is locked up somewhere, right? And a judge in Abuja listened to the prayer of the Afe Babanlaole and co. to ban the book. It has never been done, even during the military era. Even during the military, nothing like this ever happened. Nothing like this. But guess what? It is happening in your supposed democratic or democracy, demonstration of grace, to justify everything Dele said. So they issue another that they must not sell the book anymore. And all the money made from the book must be given to them. How? They are not done, no. Another one went to court in Ibadan. And this is another one, Olafaro, in Port Harcourt. I said it a few days ago. Expect more and more court cases. All of this is to prove to you that Nigeria judiciary is the most corrupt. Guess what? There is an NBS report that came out yesterday. I think 2 days ago. So, have you seen it? Guess the institution in Nigeria that is the most corrupt and the one that takes bribes the most. Guess. Yes, you get it right. Nigeria judiciary. They are the most corrupt institution. This is like from the NBSO. Nigerian judiciary is the most corrupt institution in Nigeria. Not even Nigeria police or immigration or Nigeria customs. Nigeria judiciary is the most corrupt institution in Nigeria in 2024. All of this to give credence to Dele Farotimi's book. So now, we will arrest you, we will jail you, and then we will remove your name. Your name will never appear again as a legal practitioner in Nigeria. How dare you? How dare you go on and say all of that about Nigeria judiciary, about Afe Babanlaole? How dare you? We will show you that. And that's exactly what this Olafaro madman is saying. According to him, Dele Farotimi has brought a total disrepute, a disrepute of the Nigerian judiciary. His book has made the Nigerian judiciary to lose respect among the populace. Blah, blah, blah. Isha wrote all the 90 pages, 90 pages of nonsense. But Dele Farotimi can't defend himself. He cannot. They won't let him. So they are doing everything to continue to drive the narrative, to control the narrative, but they are losing. So when Dele Farotimi met with some of his visitors in Ekiti prison yesterday, he categorically told them that he is not sending anybody to go and beg anybody. That it is, if anybody goes anywhere to beg anyone on his behalf, they are just doing it on their behalf, but not for him. Because according to him, the truth is on, he said the truth is on our side. That if they are not afraid, then they should possibly let the judiciary do its normal job, which is to listen to all sides, Abi, without being bias or favor, which is what they will never let happen. They must stop him from talking. Lefarotimi would not be allowed to talk. He has to remain quiet. And the only way to keep him quiet is to lock him up somewhere illegally. Somebody that stole 110 billion naira from people of Kogi State, Yeye Bello. They were supposed to possibly spend the Christmas and New Year in Kuje prison. Was it not just last week? Was it last week? This week now. It was this week that Yeye Bello was brought to court. And then the court denied his bail application, Abi. Well, they said he should go to Kuje prison. Yesterday, the same court allowed them to bring Yeye Bello out again to listen to the bail application again. And guess what? They approved it. He stole 110 billion. They asked him to deposit 500 million naira bail bond. And that's it. Now, the case can now last for another 10 years or 15 years. Yeye Bello will still go ahead possibly to become a minister. Yeah, he'll be a minister. He will take another position. He will, he's a free man now. Somebody that exposed them is locked up somewhere. Let's go to their court where Yeye Bello was pretty much like a celebrity in court.
I don't want to play it.
Thank you.
He's a celebrity. A celebrity in Nigeria. A thief. But Nigerian police, DSS, they are busy chasing the Nigeria and its criminal justice system. They are chasing the book. Anywhere you see the book, arrest the book. So the book is trying to run away from there. Say, hey, what have I done? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. They are busy. Look at them. They are busy looking for Dele Farutimi's book. It's unfortunate because the degeneracy of the Nigerian judicial system, where you have those we call the judicial bandits, has contributed into strengthening the criminals who have hijacked the governance of that place. Yes, they have. They are above the law, no doubt. You know, you'll be too naive to believe that there is any law in that place. And to those people who are still studying law, well, I mean, I wouldn't know what that is, what that even mean. You know, to say what that meant by saying I'm studying law. You're studying law in a lawless country. Anyway, let's leave that and move on a little bit. So this time around, it is about Kemi Badenoch. Well, that trended in the last 2-3 days. Kemi Badenoch is the Tory leader, the conservative leader in the UK. And if there is any general election in the UK anytime from now that the Conservative wins, she will become the Prime Minister of this country. However, she has been very, very, very outspoken when it comes to the level of corruption in Africa, which has led to what she called the mass migration of their people looking for greener pasture in this country. She personally, from her record, she detests the Islamists, especially the terrorists, supporting Islamists, so to say. Kemi is called Uncle Tom, someone that will say anything and everything to make the white people feel so much like superior. And then if you are a person of color, to feel inferior. In this regard, there was this face-off between Kemi. It wasn't pretty much like a face-off, so to say, until it is, right? So Kemi Badenoch was talking about the thieves, the criminals that are ruling and ruining Nigeria. So she was talking about the corrupted criminals in Nigeria, the effect of, she said she has seen the effect of, socialism, communism kind of, right? Where, few people have been milking the resources meant for majority of the people and keeping it for themselves, leading to serious poverty and, diseases, so to say. So she was talking in general of the poorly managed countries, and she used Nigeria. She said she experienced it firsthand. Kemi was born in London, but her parents, her father, sent her back to Nigeria. This is her father. Her father sent her back to Nigeria to live, to school. So the first 16 years of her life was spent in Lagos. So she grew up in Lagos, which means she is pretty much aware of what it is to have a lot and then be living in squalor. Kemi is not from a poor family to start with, okay? They were like average, well-to-do, Black British family and all that. Then she's married, I believe, to another, British, white family, right? And she generally spoke her truth, which so many others felt like she was denigrating, denigrating the Nigeria, so to say, right? She was degrading Nigeria, denigrating them and all of that stuff, right? So Shittiman now responded. This was the beginning of it all. So Shittiman said, Kemi should stop talking down on Nigeria. If she's not proud of where she is from, right? She should possibly remove the Kemi in her name, okay? Rather than continue to, badmouth Nigeria. Kemi won't let that fly, or she won't let that pass. What did she say? She said, I find it interesting that everybody defines me as being Nigerian. I identify less with the country than with the specific ethnicity, Yoruba. I have nothing in common with the people from the north of the country, the Boko Haram, where Islamists is. This has prompted a lot of reactions in which I think we should put some clarity, all right? Nigeria is not one country. I understand that it is sometimes very foolish to think the rest of the world can really differentiate who is from where, especially in Nigeria, right? I understand, but at the same time, I don't think it's ideal. It is ideal for us to continue to live that fake life of one Nigeria, one Nigeria. So let me explain this. An average non-Nigerian, right? I'm not even saying just the white people now. People who are like non-Nigerian, who are not from Nigeria, like other Africans and all that. They don't give a damn whether you are from the north or you are from the south. Whether you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, or what have you. To them, the same stigmatization of Nigerian rubs on all of us, especially many of us who have been outside that country. So you may be explaining yourself and saying, no, I'm a Yoruba, no, I am Igbo, or I am a Hausa, or I am a this or that, to some handful of them, but they do not really see us like that. I get it. So, but that alone does not also mean we should continue to deceive ourselves by saying, because I've seen so many people reacting that Kemi will always be seen as, you know, from Nigeria, and it doesn't matter where she is from, blah, 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 and all that. I've seen people kind of say that. But the statement from somebody like Kemi Badenoch, right, should be an eye-opener to a majority of us that are still living the lie of one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Listen, we know we are not one. The deceit has expired, right? And the ideal thing is just so that we all know when to call it quits. This Nigeria of, it doesn't matter where you come from, they will treat you as blah, blah, blah. It is also something that some of us who have kind of like lived it have concluded that it is time that this expired forced, unity or something, right, should be broken. It is time for people to know that you are from here, I am from here. This one Nigeria is never our own idea. And those who have had the opportunity of, administering this Nigeria, they have failed. And the only achievement they have achieved is to make our fault lines, right, to become more obvious and pronounced. So why not just make it official? Let Arewas be Arewa. Let the Kwarafas be Kwarafa. Let the Yorubas be Yoruba. Let the Igbos be Igbo. Yes, the rest of the world can continue to treat us as black people that they do not possibly have any real regard for. That's pretty much like understandable. Than for us to say we are one when we are not. And then take offense when somebody like Kemi Badenoch say it exactly the way it is. I have seen reactions like, he is Uncle Tom this or she is Uncle Tom that, whatever it is. The truth of the matter is that I am a Yoruba man. I am proud to be a Yoruba man. I figured out that my consent or the consent of my own ancestors were never sought before they were forced to be part of a country created by the British. The British that created Nigeria in their own country where they are called British, they have English, Welsh, Irish, Ireland, Irish, and Scottish people. They did not take their identity away from them. They did not force them to call themselves one British. No. The autonomy that they enjoyed in this country, including this one Britain, or should I say for Britain, that you have, there is an arrangement, an agreement that says every part could opt out whenever they want to, right? So all you have to do is what? Go on for a referendum, fight for it, and then you will get it. Nigeria did not give us that. Nigeria is telling us that we are one. when we are not. So when somebody like Kemi Badenoch says stuff like this, it is a clarion call, especially on the younger generation who have been lied to about this one Nigeria, when it is not. Nigeria is only one to the ruling class from the north, from the south, or from everywhere. But when it comes to the common people, you have no real say. You have no say at all, not even like a real say. So when Kemi said, I have nothing in common with them in the north, you shouldn't take offense. And if you are from the southern part of Nigeria, or you are a Yoruba person, you should not take offense. It is a clarion call to make you remember that you may be pretending to be a Nigerian, one Nigerianist, but in reality, you are not. You are living a fake, confused life with a identity crisis, which has made it even more pronounced that we do not agree, we can't agree, we do not speak the same language, we do not have the same culture. The criminal politicians who are supposed to have built what is called the nationalism in us, they have built a divided country that only serves them. And in our division lies their power, their strength. So rather than take offense, you better begin to tell yourselves this truth, that sooner or later, you are going to be called Yoruba, and you are going to identify as that. When this one Nigeria of a thing, the lies they keep telling us that we are good together as a big country, a big for nothing country. So I saw some northerners who were saying that Nigeria is being blacklisted around the world. Listen to this. Oh. They said the reason why the rest of the world is treating Nigeria bad is because the southerners are involved in drugs. They are involved in cybercrime, blah, blah. They were giving their own reasons that this is why the rest of the world has tightened their visa, their visa application requirements, blah, blah, blah. And then the southerners are saying the reason why Nigeria is called a terrorist country today is because in northern Nigeria, where they have used religion to destroy the lives of the people, and at the same time to radicalize them in turning to terrorists, that put Nigeria as a terrorist country. So why can't all of you who now have all these vices that you probably, when time presents itself for you to use them against yourselves, why can't you also kind of come to that agreement, to that conclusion and say, you know what, okay, why don't we just break up this contraption then? Like, let the Arewas join their cousins in Chad, Niger, and Mali. Join your cousins there. Let the southerners as well find their levels and, be their own country. So that if the rest of the world want to treat the northern Nigeria as a terrorist country, it's up to them. If the rest of the world want to treat the southern part of Nigeria as, as criminals, then so be it for the rest of the world. Why are you living under that illusion that being together, carrying this weight of stigmatization is anything good? So why not just break up this contraption? And then we can all carry our crosses. Abi? So that you won't have to blame the North for terrorism. And the North won't have to blame the South for crimes under the banner or the name of one Nigeria. Because you can't fix this place. They may be lying to you of how great Nigeria is not great. Nigeria is not a great country. Nigeria is just the highest concentration of slaves, the black slaves in the world. It is not what they make you believe, right? What they made you believe. That is the largest, the biggest, or the most populated black nation on earth. No, it is the most populated black slaves, the concentration of the black slaves on earth. with no direction, identity crisis, hatred, poverty, diseases, corruption, every vices. Every vice that you can think of is associated with this place. And it is because there was never a time that you agreed to be one. You never came together and say, okay, under this arrangement, under this agreement, oh, we are forming a singular country. You are a creation of the colonists. And up to this moment, those who succeeded them, the neo-colonists, right? Those who succeeded them has maintained that